Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama strategy session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama strategy session. What if you could see 80% improvement in your anger and rage episodes just after a month and a half? So today I'm going to share with you several testimonials of moms that are currently in my Calm Christian Mom coaching program that are still right in the middle of it, who are seeing positive results. So the first person, I'm going to play her testimonials here in just a minute. Her name is Rose. She is a full-time teacher. She's got 2 kids, a 4-year-old and about 8-year-old. And she came in my coaching program struggling with a lot of rage and just feeling completely out of control. And I asked her on her 6-week follow-up call yesterday. We had a call last night, and I asked her about how have her rage episodes decreased since starting the program. She said when she first started the program, she would have 8 to 10 rage episodes a week, like which she would completely lose her cool, just use really loud voice and be mean and unkind to her kids. And right now, she's halfway through the program. Her episodes decreased by 80%. She still has 1 to 2 episodes a week, and they're also significantly less intense. And she's able to catch herself sooner and do what she needs to do to redirect that anger so it doesn't come out on her kids, and process and release it in a healthy way. The other day also, her husband texted her and said he is so proud of her for doing this work because he noticed significant changes in her and that she's doing a marvelous job. How amazing. Like, I am just So thrilled that God is doing such amazing work in her life. So I want you to listen to her testimonial right now.
So I came to this course because I was regularly just losing my cool and I was feeling so defeated. I really want to be a calm and loving, patient, gentle mom. And I was just constantly getting triggered and not handling it well at all. I tried reading books, I worked on it alone, but I knew that I needed to really invest in change and commit to accountability. There was a lot of shame around this that I knew I needed to get out by talking with and hearing from other moms who were struggling with this. And that's just hard to find in daily life. And so this has been super healing because the combination of the coursework, the Voxer support with Elizabeth during the week, and the coaching calls with other moms have all allowed me to really begin figuring out what's going on inside of me, calming the chaos, and I'm really a lot more emotionally grounded. I can even be lighthearted in challenging moments, which is one of my identity statements. If a 10 is like totally enraged and a 1 is total zen calm, I was at a 7 or 8 like when I woke up a lot of days. And now like I'm coming down to a 3 or a 4, maybe a 5 when I'm PMSing. And so like getting it down even lower is my goal. I'm halfway through and I have a lot of hope that I'm on the right path. And I really think these are tools that are going to help me not only in mothering, but really in some other relationships. And so I'm super excited about that and really grateful for the program.
So I am so thrilled and so proud of her for showing up and doing the work. She comes to all the calls. She does her weekly lessons, submits her homework assignments to me, checks in with me through Rockstar, takes action on the things that she's learning. And that's why she's seeing such positive results. So the next mom I want to share with you is Katie. She's a mom of 3 little kids. She also works full time. And she came into my coaching program because she struggled with constant reactivity. She was burned out, running on empty, feeling completely depleted, and it was coming out on her kids. And I want you to hear her testimonial as well.
Hi, my name is Katie, and I'm a full-time working mom, breastfeeding mom of 3 littles. And I came across Elizabeth's program through another podcast and was really contemplating because I was in a season in my life where my husband felt like I should be able to do everything because his mom did. And so I was kind of having a lot of resentment, and which was building up to bitterness and anger. And it was ultimately taking it out on my kids because I wasn't meeting my needs as far as getting sleep, taking care of myself. I never got a break. And I was not becoming the mom that I envisioned myself to be. The joy of motherhood was not there anymore since going back to work. And I just needed more support, and I couldn't change my circumstances. I can't change my husband or my kids, but I felt like I needed to stand up for myself and be the positive role model that my kids and my family needed. So I decided to take a chance and do this consultation call with Elizabeth to see if it would be a good fit. Since starting the program, I'm halfway through. I have seen progress in myself, glimpse of having that joy back in motherhood, being lighthearted with my kids, having fun with them. And I have more self-control. When I'm feeling triggered or angry, I have learned tools to help myself release the anger in a healthy way. And I've actually modeled this for my kids when they're having meltdowns or tantrums or that I need to separate them from each other. and kind of sat there with them to be their safe place and to share my calm with them. It's not linear progress. I still make mistakes, but I feel like I have more patience with my kids. Being a person that's like so used to striving for perfection, being on time, having a lot of order, I'm learning to kind of go with the flow and accept things as they are and adapt to change and what might happen, and just being present with my kids, which has been a beautiful thing. And I just can't wait for more progress to come through. It's reassuring, and the constant encouragement from Elizabeth and the other moms that are on the support group calls has been so wonderful, because it makes you feel like you're not alone and that you're not being judged. So I encourage you, if you're a mom that feels like you're constantly yelling at your kids and it doesn't feel good, and or if it's getting to a point where you're getting to rage and destruction, hurting your kids, feeling like you're going to hurt your kids. I've been there, and I'm getting better at controlling myself and not getting to the point of destruction. And I encourage you to walk this path, because it's so helpful and it will rub off on your family. I encourage you to join Elizabeth's program and see if it helps you to get back your motherhood that the enemy stole.
So Katie has been in my coaching program also for about 6-7 weeks, and she is also seeing positive results. Do her kids still have big emotions? Yes. Does she still have difficult and challenging circumstances? Yes. And she's learning how to handle them well with more capacity and communicating the needs that she needs in a better way, changing her attitude, changing her tone, handling her kids' big feelings in a grounded way instead of getting pulled into it and reacting in harsh ways. My friend, now I want to share with you about Valentina. And she gave me permission to share her story. And she said, listen, you can share my story with other moms. If this is going to help someone else, I want them to hear it. And so she came into my coaching program. She was crying on that consultation call. She was completely at a loss. She felt completely defeated and like a failure as a mom. She experienced rage on a regular basis. And she mentions here in the testimonial too, that she would spank her girls out of rage because she felt so out of control. She felt like she was stuck and doomed to stay that way, that she would never change. And she would cry out to God, asking for him for help, to guide her to the right person that will guide her and help her. And I am so thrilled and thankful that she was able to join my Calm Christian Mom coaching program in April. And also a month and a half in, she started to notice positive changes. She would share wins with me, that she's more playful with her girls, that she's able to recognize when she's feeling overstimulated and do what she needs to do in that moment to calm her mind instead of reacting in anger and harsh ways towards her girls. She would regularly share her wins with me, and I am so thrilled that her girls are being so blessed that their mama is doing this work. And I want you to hear her story right now.
My name is Valentina, and I joined Elizabeth's coaching program about a month and a half ago because I have been struggling with anger and really destructive rage for a long time. But after having my two girls, it just got worse, much worse. I have two toddler girls, a 4.5-year-old and 2.5-year-old, and I have just been caught in this cycle of yelling at them, spanking them out of anger, overreacting to every little thing, saying things that I didn't mean, and just taking any frustration and overwhelm that I had out on my kids and my family, and just felt stuck in this for the last 4.5 years. And honestly, I had just gotten tired. I knew that I could not do this anymore. And that was when I found Elizabeth and knew that I needed to work with her, that this was the Lord sending me the support and the help that I have been praying over and over for. And since working with Elizabeth, honestly, I am so grateful for her. She has been by my side every single step of the way and has given me actual practical strategies that I can use for my specific situations. And I have noticed that I am reacting to those circumstances differently. I'm really able to catch myself before I get to the point of full on rage and actually do something about it in the moment that will work. So my circumstances have not changed, but the way that I am approaching them has. And with the Lord and with Elizabeth, I know that I am going to become the mother that I have been called to be. And I cannot wait to see where I am at the end of the program.
So here is what we do inside Calm Christian Mom Coaching Program so then moms get positive results. We start with awareness. So my clients begin with tracking their triggers, identifying the real root of their anger. It's not the spilled milk or the defiance, it's what those things represent. We peel back the layers with compassion and not shame, understanding what is going on underneath your triggers. Why are you feeling super reactive? The next thing we do is we rewire your thoughts. We begin catching lies in your mind, things like, I can't handle this, and replacing them with truth. God equips me moment by moment. I can do this with God's help. My friend, this is hard work. Yes, there are tears. Yes, there's mess ups along the way. And when you stay committed, you are going to see the results. Then we create a step-by-step plan for you to respond in a positive way. I don't tell you, just don't yell. Well, because that doesn't work. We map out exactly what you're going to do instead, what your body posture is going to be, how you're going to calm your nervous system before you hit a 10 out of 10, what you're going to think, say, and do in a triggering situation, because we cannot expect triggers to just disappear. We need to learn how to rewire our brain and rewire our thoughts so we don't feel triggered as much to begin with, but even when we do, so we can respond in a God-honoring way. And then the next thing we would do is practice this together week by week. When you work with me, you have accountability and support. We have weekly group coaching calls. You have daily access to me Monday through Friday through Voxer support. And you have someone to process those hard moments with and celebrate the wins too, so you don't feel so alone in this journey. And this is what one of my clients said today. I finally feel free. I finally feel like I'm becoming the mom I've always wanted to be. I'm not perfect, but I'm no longer afraid of who I might become. And what a beautiful gift to your children, to gift them a mama who is calm, stable, loving, kind, understanding. This is the best thing that you can do for your kids, to work on yourself, to gift them the mama that they want to have and that they need to have. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about my story about my motherhood. I grew up in a Christian home, and my mom was very loving, very kind, very thoughtful, and I had a really good relationship with her. My dad had a little bit different temperament and personality, and when I was getting married and I was having kids, I thought I would be a lot like my mom, and I do have a lot of her tendencies. Yet I did have a lot of personality traits like my dad, and feeling short with my kids and feeling easily triggered and reactive and want to be harsh and spank out of frustration and anger. That was kind of like my go-to. And it did not feel well. And I struggled quite a bit in early motherhood. And I heard this song the other day. It was Mother's Day, and I heard the song my aunt and her sister sang, and they posted it on Facebook, and it's a Christian song that I heard a long time as a kid. It's in Russian, and the melody is super calm and peaceful, and I want to translate you the words. And every time I hear that song, I tear up. And I start crying because I relate so deeply to that, because that is how my mom is. That is the kind of mom that I had when I was growing up. So here is the song. It's quiet outside and the moon floats across the sky. Believe there's only one person not asleep, and it's your mom waiting. At night, she will gently open the door for you. Believe she's not asleep, only mama is waiting. I remember when she used to pray for me. She wanted me to grow up to be obedient to God, to preserve my youth and give my heart to Christ and enter heaven for eternal joy. And if someday you go on a long journey, only mama will be the one waiting for you. And if troubles come, mom will come even there. She will wipe away your tears. Only mama will understand. And obviously, like in Russian, it rhymes and it's so beautiful, the song, and it goes so well. And every time I hear that song, I cry because it reminds me of my mom. I live far away from my mom right now. I live in Florida. She lives in Minnesota, and I miss her deeply. She created a home atmosphere where her kids want to come to. She's the mama that all her 6 kids want to come and visit her on Mother's Day, not because they have to, but because they want to. She created an atmosphere where her kids want to come there every Sunday after church to spend time with her, because the atmosphere is so loving, warm, kind, and compassionate, understanding. There's just such peace when I come to my mama's house. There's just so much peace, and I love her so much, and I miss her deeply, and I'm so grateful that she is alive and I can call her, and she got to visit me for my birthday this year in April. It was so wonderful to spend time with her. She has set such a positive example for me, and I want to be that way to my kids. I want to be the mom that when my kids grow up, they want to come home to. I want to be that mom that they want to spend time with me, not that they feel like they have to, but that they want to come. When I was a kid and my mom went back to work, and there were days when I would come from school and my mom would still be at work for another half an hour before she got home, and the house just felt empty and it felt cold. I would come through the door and I would just feel that my mom is not home. It just feels differently. But some days I would come through the door and she's somewhere downstairs in the laundry room, and the home just feels warm and full. Like everything is at peace. And that's the kind of environment I want for my kids. I want them to feel that way around me. I don't want to be creating chaos in their lives. I want to bring peace to their lives when they are experiencing hardships and chaos. And that means I need to do what I need to do to work on myself to become that type of mom for them. And I want to encourage you to do that too. Yes, sometimes that means we need to reach out and ask for some extra support. Does it mean always? No, there are times you can get there on your own. And if you are deeply struggling, my friend, if you tried so hard doing this on your own and you're at a loss, you feel completely stuck, you read the books, you listened to the podcast, you bought passive courses, you've got the free downloads, and nothing is working, and you still feel like a terrible mom, my friend, there is hope for you. This program is about transforming your life, about real lasting change. It's not just about behavior management. If you're 10 out of 10 done with reactive parenting and you're ready to become the calm, kind, emotionally stable mom that your kids will remember, let's change your legacy. Starting today, book your free consultation call, enroll into Calm Christian Mom Coaching Program. The link is in the show notes. I cannot wait to connect with you. Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.